today.
Make them know. Give me my flowers, please. It's season of love and no violence.
Yes, so welcome back to the segment of Sunnyside Show.
Yes.
And we're still having a conversation with Sultan Kamal, our guest from Generation for Societal Change. What did he say again? Put generation in your mouth. I said, what made me in a disgrace? I said, Jen. All right, welcome back. And we are having a very, very interesting conversation as it concerns you as a citizen and concern the government also, who are the top officials that are supposed to look out for us. And behind the mic we have amazing conversation, but obviously we can't bring that right here because we know what is supposed to be done. We know the right thing that is supposed to be done, and we can shout much, we can make loud noise because it's not being done. But if you are listening to us, you want to join this conversation, you have one or two, to trip in and tell us what you think should be the main focus, what you think should be the main concern. Please feel free to lend your voice. Our studio number very much available.
Yes, our studio number is to call 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888, and maybe you want to call us on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is 090-9705-4450.
Let us know what you think about social injustice in Nigeria and how is it affecting our religious and ethnic what?
Yeah, unity.
Okay, unity. Hello, who's there?
Hello?
Yes, good morning or good afternoon, rather, sir. Please turn down the volume of your radio set, all right? If you want to call us, but turn down the volume of your radio set so that we can have a conversation, okay?
Speaking about gender inequality.
I think, let's take this one. Sorry about that. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon to you.
Yes, on the topic you are talking about, I have the man talking about oil being predominant in the south.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
what's your name?
I said on the topic you are talking about.
What's your name? Let's get your name. We didn't hear your name, sorry.
My name is Moses. Moses,
where are you calling from?
Abuja.
Where in Abuja?
Abuja.
All right, Moses, just go on.
Yes. On the topic you are talking about, I had the man talking about this oil predominant in the south,
yeah,
or in some, but in the north, nobody's talking about the diamond. Nobody's talking about the diamond. Everybody wants to share from the oil. But nobody's talking about the diamond or gold that is being found in Zamfara, that they are harvesting in Zamfara. Nobody's talking about sharing it. It's a big deal. They don't want, everybody is shying away from that statement.
Okay. Can they respond?
Yes. Yeah. So Moses, that's my actual point, right? I'm saying that resources are distributed all across the nation, right? And then there's so much agitation about prioritization of crude, right? We can even make it a lot better because there are abundant resources in our country, and I gave an example with the agric, right? Saying that the north is fertile enough for us to push agric. There's also a huge disposition of lithium within the country in certain regions that is underutilized. We know lithium powers the world, right? And just as you have rightly said, the gold and diamond disposited all across the country. So I'm saying that for social justice to occur, then the country shouldn't even be looking at one side, right? We should try as much as possible to diversify every region's resources so that nobody is looking at anywhere, and then it will bring a balance and unity and harmony. That's the point I'm trying to raise.
Thank you so much, Moses, for drawing our attention to that.
On the subject, most times, many people don't respond to some statement because of some of this underground, bias.
Yeah.
You understand? Our government needs to make us one. We have to recognize ourselves as first human beings. Throw away anything, any religion out of it. We should see ourselves first as human beings, then as citizens of the same nation. You understand? The moment love begins to thrive, so many things will work out. Indeed. It is the absence of love that keeps injustice alive, that keeps falsehood alive.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
The division should be worked on. We should not be separated. We are separated.
Okay.
We are divided by most time our government.
All right.
Sorry. So there should, if there's going to be social justice, then we must be told that we are one. We must be made to know that we are one. This is a practice that they must enforce with all vigor.
All right, thank you, Moses. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sorry.
Thank you, Moses, for raising this point. And I like the fact that you draw our attention to another
The diamond.
perspective.
Yeah, so
we have a lot. So please, your reaction
yeah,
to
so
that now.
indeed, if I think we are all saying the same thing.
Absolutely.
Because from the beginning of the conversation, remember when I spoke about amalgamation
Yes.
and us being left on our own as opposed to uniting us. And I gave example of some other claims where they...
I think most of the problem, apart from all the don't care. So for anything to prosper in Nigeria, first you have to see that and do your work, due diligence, know what is what are available and in which area. And not to bring illegal miners into the country to come and steal away the wealth so that some few mouthpieces.
So, that's one of the things he's saying, that we are not looking at the angle of maybe being industrial,
Yeah.
right? If we were industrial as a nation, then a lot of things would have been resolved. Nobody would just be looking at the refineries and the crude.
Was like in 20, it just doesn't
Those
make
are
sense.
some of the Nigerian men that
I'm
have
telling
pride,
you.
that have ego. And I go, you go.
And do that. That's another part of the whole social.
If I'm going to lend my voice to all of this,
Injustice.
it's actually
I
expertise
think
that does the work,
individual
right?
differences.
And not gender. To be honest, if we need to make our country grow, if we need to grow the systems, if we need to have major impact in our society, what we are going through, the unfortunate incidents that are happening all around, we need to start employing expertise as opposed to gender or ethnicity or religion. A lot of the times we find people in positions, people who aren't qualified enough to be in the position, just maybe right? As opposed to standing for what is right. If we start, and just like one of the callers said, if love exists, if we start seeing ourselves as brothers, as humans first and foremost, and love each other, we will cry for the injustice of the other, regardless of his tribe, religion, or whatever division it is that he belongs. So, as opposed, that is one of the reasons why the cracks is deepening and deepening every day. So, yes, it has done that. How do we fix that? It's to be socially just, in all honesty. And I've mentioned some of the ways. Now it starts from even education, right? If I show you the map of Nigeria and citation of schools, you'd see a lot of disparity. There are sites that do not even have education. We heard in past that news, there are some regions who didn't even have people writing WAEC at all, right? And if you jeopardize that to a map maybe showing the map of insecurity, every event, you'd see that it correlates. Why? Because of that lack of education, they easily get wavered to other points of disadvantage to the educate an individual. You're educating him both morally, right, and the primary and secondary educations that they get, and they are able to tell. Nobody would come and tell you the things that they tell terrorists or bandits or kidnappers, and you would agree to it. Why? Because you are educated and you understand these dealings a lot more. But you could be brainwashed if you don't have education. So how about basically prioritizing that we have equal or equitable distribution of resources and amenities like educational facilities, healthcare facilities, right? Road networks, accessibility to markets, accessibility to farmlands, so that things like agriculture will thrive, right? How about we industrialize our nation so that instead of talking about just the crude, we talk about refining those other resources like lithium, gold, and in other regions, and nobody is looking at anybody's plate. Let me give you an instance. Let me give you an example. Even within your family system, we are all we are all kids to our fathers and mothers. And then when they so when they serve us food, right, and they put one meat in Holy Ray's plate, they put one meat in Sweet Terry's plate, and they put 3 meats in my plate.
Well, I don't come.
Won't you be trying to look at my plate and start asking why? So it's the same thing. It's just that we are using English to describe this thing. It's the same thing. You feel unjustly treated. Why are you giving me 3 meats? Are we not all brothers and sisters?
Some of us, it took us a while to know that is your senior.
But check it out. What if the conversation changed from just your parents giving you meat and saying that we are all fishermen, and what from start we have mentioned that if you are able to catch 4 fishes or 5 fishes per day, you get 2 fish in your plate. When I get 2 fish in my plate, would you people be feeling any unjustly treated? Because I deserved it, and it's already been putting down there, and it would only encourage what? Resilience, creativity, and all of that. And that's what we need to do as a nation, right? We have to first teach every citizen how to fish, and that's by ensuring that education is accessible for everyone. We also need to ensure that the water that they fish from is very safe, devoid of shark, groupies, and whale, so that they are secured. And that's the aspect of ensuring that security is everywhere, and each citizen feels the freedom and feels the security within him to do anything that will benefit them, because there are regions who their productivity is hampered by insecurity, right? Then we go on to productivity, right? Ensuring that each region is functional. As the child is growing, you're buying him a fish hook and giving everyone a fish hook. And that's the aspect of industrialization, ensuring that everybody has something to do, and he knows that it directly translates to what they will be getting at the end of the day, and balancing what the inequality, the chaos, the crisis, right, that we will be getting at the end of the day.
All right, thank you so much, Sultan Kamal. I guess we're wrapping up. You have a thought?
No, he has done, and this was an explosive
Final
session.
thoughts in just 1 second.
Final thought is something that I probably have said on here 1,000 times before, but I believe that instead of having new words every time, let's digest the one that we have. In all honesty, a world that we create is a world our sons and daughters cannot escape. By being socially unjust, you're creating a future that your children would survive in. And all of your actions and inactions is what shapes the society that your children will live in, right? And they will also face either the social justice that you have prioritized, or the social injustice that you have prioritized, or the social justice you've neglected.
Thank you so much. And that is the final word from Sultan Kamal. He's been our guest, and we've been having this conversation since 12 o'clock.
Yes.
And this is where we get to talk about the national core value, and our guests from the Generation for Societal Change always come here every Wednesday at the same time, 12 o'clock, to sensitize us on the need for us to live a good life and, of course, be a patriotic citizen, because without you being a good citizen, the country will obviously not experience change. All right. And today we spoke about injustice, social injustice rather. And of course, we know that social injustice is the unfair treatment, discrimination, or marginalization of individuals or groups based on characteristics like race, gender, age, social economic status, and all of that. But there is need for us to understand that it is not about you just be unjustly treated, but you also need to understand social justice is not just about favoring one group over another. It is about fairness for everyone. When justice is upheld, unity grows. When justice is ignored,
there shall be disunity.
Division depends. And this is where we get to draw the cross for today. Thank you so much, Sultan Kamal, for coming through. And of course, we're on behalf of every other Muslim family commencing the Ramadan season.
Indeed, I want to congratulate both the Christians and Muslims on the event of commencement of Lent and Ramadan fast. We should actually take a moment out to pray for our dear nation. It's no coincidence that
we are doing it at the same time.